On top of the mountain in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, we're at the Rocky Top Sports Complex for the 2020 USFA All-American 8-man football game. Said to be a great day of football here at Hammond Stadium, Legion Field. And Stars and the Stripes set to collide here for the All-American game. Spencer Thompson and James Shannon proud to be on call for this All-American game. Great start to 2020 between these two teams. The rules, the way they work, 2 15-minute halves with an 8-minute halftime. And kicked off, and we are underway. Clock starts, and it's received. Left side, it's a good tackle made by the Stars. It was Yogi Barker with the tackle. Yogi Barker with the tackle.
First and 10, Team Stripes. Number 8, Devin Hargrove from Lancaster Christian Academy on return.
And Devon Hargrove with a great return for Lancaster Christian on that, or at least attempted to. Yogi Barker stops him there. And we start off first play. Tyler Henderson, the starting quarterback, gets the quick pass off. That's to a reception. It's to a Lancaster Christian player. It looks like Deuce Bragg. Excuse me.
From number 19, Tyler Henderson.
So Tyler Henderson with the reception. That's Jordan Horde, the freshman for Lancaster Christian, as the clock continues to run. Quick offense rush here. Again, Coach Jason Bragg, the head coach from Lancaster Christian here at the All-American game. It's handoff to Horde up the middle. Gets to about the 50-yard line for a gain of 2 yards. Second and 8, quick offense being rushed. Henderson looks for options. Left side, he's got a target incomplete, intended for Austin on the outside. Josh Austin in his final game of his high school career, looking to make a name for himself in his college career, Coach. But James, just a lot of stacked people here in this All-American game.
Yeah, it's a crazy collection of talent from all over the place. I mean, there's guys from Kansas, Tennessee, Alabama. It's insane how much talent's on this field right now. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Henderson getting pressured in the backfield, staying on his feet, gets a toss out to the right side. He's done this several times through the season, almost intercepted and broken up. It could have been a pick for Evan Cole from Southern Prep. Just falls through the hands. Although it didn't result in an interception on that, it's plays like that of why Tyler Henderson got selected to this game and why he's a top prospect for colleges around the nation.
Well, he just has that ability to sprint out to the side real quick, avoid the pressure that was coming in from, I believe that was number 56. No, that wasn't 56. So they're going to replay third down.
Yeah, at least from what we heard up in the box, an inadvertent whistle replaying third down. So it looks like a lucky break there, but didn't see who had the pressure on there, but Henderson able to avoid it and try to get a play off. Here's 3rd and 8. Henderson alone, looking for his options. Scrambles, deep toss across the middle, intended for a Horde, and it's incomplete through the hands. Just couldn't quite get it in, and of course, the factors, including the rain involved in that, it's a tough situation to go through, especially for Horde. But he usually doesn't miss catches like that. But the rain, a huge factor here.
No, he's typically pretty dead on, and it was a good throw from Henderson, right on the money. Just tough to haul it in, tough to bring it in. It's the conditions will play a factor today in the way that these players perform. It's just that's how it is. Last year we had a clear game. This year that's not the case. So let's see how they deal with it.
And punt away to about the 26-yard line and picked up stopped at about the 27. And we'll see first offense of the game for Team Stars, led by their head coach, Grant Gleaton, was the one who contacted it.
From the Pack Panthers. First down.
But for Team Stars are led by the head coach of the Wichita Warriors, Bill Turner, and we'll see their first offensive play starting from about the 28-yard line. Start with a rush on the right side. That's to Yogi Barker, the junior from Southern Prep, gets to the outside. Staying on his feet at the 45, avoiding tackles, finally brought down.
Ball carried by number 4, Yogi Barker from Southern Prep. It'll be a Team Stars first down.
We saw a good amount of Yogi Barker in the NHSA tournament down in Panama City, and it's plays like that of why Southern Prep was able to stay in the game.
He's such an explosive player. He can bust out the side, and then you saw on the end of the run, he almost broke it off right there. The guys were trying to get him. He just was able to slide out of that. They still took him down, but a lot of speed for Mr. Barker.
Junior, of course, has one more year of football as rush up the middle by Isaiah Rice. It's the junior out of Harvester Christian.
Ball carried by number 7, Isaiah Rice.
Gets a decent gain for about 5 yards.
Team Stars second down. Correction, Team Stripes is on offense.
There's motion, left side. And there goes Isaiah Rice again on the left side. And
Ball carried by number 7, Rice. It'll bring up
gets it to the gets it out of bounds for first down. And timeout called by Coach Bragg of Team Stars. Now with 12:26 left, still scoreless here in the 2020 USFA All-American game. Swapped around the teams during the break. It's Team Stripes is in the red. Team Stars are in the blue. Same players as Brandon Gilbert that gets a good pass off the left side. Incomplete, intended for Yogi Barker. That was Braden Gilbert, the junior from Regent Prep, on the attempted completion.
Team Stripes second down. Hi, Andrew. I told you we'd figure something out for the NFL. Dude, that was perfect. We made it work.
And rush up the middle.
Ball carried by Barker down to the 30-yard line.
Barker with the carry.
Stripes, third down.
Make that about a 3rd down and 8 here. 3rd down and 8 here for Team Stripes.
Yogi Barker from Southern Prep, like you said, we got a chance to see him in Florida, and he has done some incredible things so far in this game. He is definitely one of the biggest weapons they've got.
Scramble by Gilbert. Gets the pass across the middle. Incomplete. Intended for...
Pass from Gilbert is intended for...
Trying to get the number here. That was intended for, looks like 45. Caleb McLean, the senior from St. Andrew Swanee, of course, got the reception there.
Yeah, he's one of the ones that initially didn't have a number, so we were trying to find him on the roster. But senior from St. Andrew Swanee who really thrives on defense, trying him out on offense there.
And the catch is made by Nye Dowell, the junior from Southern Prep. A little connection between him and his fellow junior quarterback, Gilbert. And great reception there. Results in a Team Stripes first down. Team Stripes is marching down the field trying to get the first score here in this All-America game. Again, their coach leader Bill Turner from the Wichita Warriors had a very successful season. As rush up the middle, and it's a carry by Yogi Barker again, and stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And McLean trying to go up the middle, gets back to the line of scrimmage again. It was originally a loss of a yard on the previous play, so make that about 3rd down and 12. They'll actually spot it for another loss. Tough last 2 plays for loss of a yard on each one.
Yeah, and again, you know, they're trying McLean. He thrives on defense, but you know, trying him there at the running back position, senior year, last game of his high school career. You know, you gotta let the young man have a little bit of fun. So they're seeing if they can find something that works.
And brought down in the backfield, a sack that's made by Robert Mann, the junior from the Pack Panthers. One of the dangerous threats for the defense for Pack throughout the season.
Boy, he went in. He came in like somebody said the quarterback had a sack lunch on him. I mean, he absolutely came in there blazing, dropped him. Gilbert didn't have a chance at all.
And timeout called by Team Stripes with about 9:20 left to go in the first half. All-American game for the USFA continues after this. And one of James's favorite things, a field goal attempt through the uprights. It's good. Great kick by Garrett Jerkowski from Ezekiel Academy, the junior, gets 3. It's ruled no good. It looked like it may have been between the uprights, but short. But Jerkowski trying the field goal attempt there and make that a turnover on downs. It looks like from our advantage, it looked like it was almost pretty good.
I could have sworn that went through the uprights, but you got to love this angle where you just cannot tell anything.
Leaves the intensity up, but it's still your favorite thing to see field goals attempted.
I loved seeing that. I loved seeing that. Just if he when a young man's a kicker and he's trying to do that and possibly go to the next level, you've got to let him try to do that.
So now Bragg takes the helm, hands it off to Clay Lott, the junior from Franklin Classical, who gets a gain of about a yard on the play for 2nd and 9. And, you know, Clay Lott didn't make it to the Extreme All-Star game this year, mostly because of senior priority. But Clay Lott is one of those, more silent, hidden gems more so. It's Bragg, flag in the backfield, deep toss left, incomplete. Incomplete, but we do have a flag on the play. We'll hear from our referee, Scott Martin. We'll hear from him.
Holding, offense, number 20.
So holding called.
On Team Stripes. Correction, Team Stars.
It's holding called on Nolan Adams, senior from Lancaster.
Back up 10 yards. Still 2nd down.
And, of course, you've got your head coaches, Jason Bragg and Bill Turner. Their assistants are actually assistants from their schools. They brought their staffs with them, so that's kind of a cool caveat with this game.
Grant Gleaton with the reception across the middle, goes to the left side and gets a gain of, gets back 10-plus a yard or two, back for 3rd down and 8. Grant Gleaton with a great reception to get it back for the Stars. As Bragg tries to get a 1st down here. Got 8 yards to go. Bragg across the left side. Diving catch made. How about that reception? Isaiah Moore, his teammate junior, all the way coming out from Smyrna and showing up on the big stage here in Gatlinburg.
Great throw over the middle by Deuce Bragg. Just a bullet to Moore.
And brought down in the backfield, just missed it because they had a quick offensive play there, and it's a turnover on downs. Get the replay on that. And Stripes, the recovery was by Cameron Day, the senior from Wichita Warriors.
By number 33, Cameron Day from the Wichita Warriors.
We got the replay for you on that fumble recovery.
Just
as well.
I mean, you're going to have this in this kind of a situation with this game. Guys that aren't familiar with each other in wet conditions, it happens. But a great job by Day from Wichita, jump on top of that ball.
Didn't catch the replay on the back end there because of showing that other replay as timeout called again by Coach Bragg. About 7:46 left to go in the first half as Stars take a timeout. Here's a deep toss on the right side. Incomplete. Looked like it was going to be a reception there for Team Stripes, but incomplete.
Gilbert intended for number 1, Turner is incomplete. Bring up a Team Stripes 2nd down.
As deep toss again, the same play, almost picked off. How about that reception? Elisha Turner from Sunrise Christian gets the catch and just short of the touchdown.
From Sunrise Christian, it'll be a 1st and goal, Team Stripes.
Now they're running the hurry-up offense here, but you see that catch there in coverage. It's an absolutely fantastic catch by Elisha Turner.
He called his own number too. The play before that, they ran it. It didn't work out. He said, "Hey, come back." They came back. He got it.
And rush attempted up the middle. Touchdown. First score is by Team Stripes.
Touchdown, Team Stripes.
Looks like Luke Johnson, the senior from Wichita, rushed in for the touchdown.
Ball carried by number 3, Luke Johnson, senior from the Wichita Warriors.
Is it 15-minute quarters or 15-minute halves? Quarters. It's quarters, okay. I think you said halves. Extra point attempt is no good. Your score.
And it's a 6-0 game already with 7:07 left to go in the first half. Team Stripes strikes first. Kickoff return to about the 32-yard line. Just had to get the scoreboard adjusted there. 6-0 with about 6:59 left to go in the first.
And just to clarify, they do have 15-minute quarters, not halves. So we're going to go all your quarters are going to be 15-minute quarters, and then we'll have a little bit shorter halftime, an 8-minute halftime. But great game so far.
Here's a rush right side, and that's Aiden Hooper with a quarterback keep. Aiden Hooper from Lighthouse Christian School, the sophomore, towards the later half of the season, started to hit his stride, almost led the Lighthouse Lions to the postseason. And rush up the middle. It's Elijah Moore again. Gets a big first down across enemy territory. And they're running a quick hurry-up offense here, so we'll show you the replay for that whenever they take a break. But Hooper, it's a handoff to Elijah Moore again, trying to push through the middle and stopped for a gain of about 4 yards. But you look here and you see Elijah Moore's rush that got him in that great a possession. He just has the ability to weave through the defense.
And a great run there. I mean, just there's one tackle, there's two, there's three, and the fourth guy kind of tripped him up. If the fourth guy hadn't been there, he might have busted it loose. But then the play before that, Aiden Hooper on a quarterback keeper, great job.
And there's a toss across the middle. Great reception. How about a touchdown for Team Stars? Devin Hargrove from trying to get the number of the player. It looked like it may have been Caleb Thompson from Unity Christian. And 6 points on the board for Bragg's team.
to number 9, Caleb Thompson from Unity Christian.
And 2-point conversion attempt to take the lead. Hooper scrambles. He's got a route to the end zone. Is he going to get in? Yes. Another 2 on the board. 8-6. Team Stars has the lead. So we'll show you the replay there. Team Stars has the lead 8-6. And kicked off as it's received by Yogi Barker from Southern Prep, weaving through. Yogi Barker gets a big return all the way to the 45-yard line.
Kickoff return to the 45 by Barker. That will be a Team Stripes first down.
Barker's such an explosive player. I mean, he's just the young man, and he took the initiative on the kickoff, just grabbed the ball. He let his guy kind of get ahead of him a little bit, give him a block. But this young man has some incredible speed and just athletic ability, and I believe he's only a junior.
James correct on that, a junior from Southern Prep. One more year of high school football. It might come back to another All-American game next year. Toss across the middle. How about that catch? Almost didn't make it there. Isaiah Rice from Harvester Christian gets the reception.
Pass is complete from Gilbert to Rice. It's a Team Stripes first down.
And just a great job by Gilbert. Rice, I mean, like you said, he just scooped the ball up off the ground, and he was able to make it happen, pick up a few extra yards after the catch. Great job.
And there's a toss forward to Barker again. Yogi Barker tiptoeing the sideline, finally forced out of bounds by Jordan Horde. We do have a penalty on the field.
33 blue. 33.
So holding called on Cameron Day from Wichita, and move it back 10 yards.
It will stay a Team Stripes first down from the 40-yard line.
First and 20. Reversal left side. There goes Isaiah Rice. Isaiah Rice trying to weave through another flag down. He's stopped by Grant Gleaton. We'll get the call from Scott Martin.
39-yard line, flag on play.
Block in the back. Blue.
A block in the back and another costly penalty moving him back.
Team Stripes.
There's 2 costly penalties in a row for Team Stripes.
47-yard line. Still a first down.
There's 2 costly penalties in a row for Team Stripes.
Man, those, I mean, they literally have first down and about a third of the field to go, if not close to half. It's you got to clean up these mistakes.
Speaking of which, there's some movement there.
Offsides. Defense. Still first down.
Offsides called on Team Stars. Still first down.
So 2-to-1 ratio for penalties in the last 3 plays. As toss right side, the catch is made. Nye Dowell from Southern Prep takes it across midfield up to about the 44-yard line. Gain of about 4 yards.
Complete for Gilbert to Dowell to the 44-yard line. Correction, 43-yard line, and now it's second down. I mean, you had to get something going there. You did get the offsides to pick up 5 yards, but you had to make an offensive play. They had not had a positive play that did not end in a penalty in at least 10 or 15 minutes of actual real time.
And the ball is loose, picked back up, making something nothing incomplete. Nye Dowell just right between his hands, unfortunately.
Pass for Gilbert, intended for Dowell, is incomplete. I'll bring up a Team Stripes, third down.
About a 3rd down and 20. Toss left side, the catch is made. Yogi Barker again, weaving through, avoids the several tackles. Yogi Barker to the left side, staying on his feet to about the 16-yard line. Yogi Barker with another big reception.
17-yard line. It'll be a Team Stripes, first down. That was just incredible. He was down, dead to rights. Young man busts out and takes off towards the left sideline.
Now in the red zone on the 17. Yogi Barker has put the Stripes in plenty of position to succeed here as quarterback keep by Gilbert, weaving through the middle, finds the opening, touchdown.
Touchdown, Team Stripes. Quarterback keeper by number 14 from Regent Prep, Braden Gilbert. And a great job calling his own number. The young man saw the hole, saw the crease. He saw where he was going to be able to get through and just punched it in. Incredible effort to put Team Stripes back ahead.
2-point conversion attempt coming up. Time called. And timeout called by the Stripes.
So the interesting thing, Spencer, is obviously everyone knows that Evangel played an 8-man and an 11-man schedule. Well, they're kind of splitting up their players too, and they've got, I don't know if it was a thing of that you could decide if you wanted to play in this game or not, which game you wanted to play in. I know I've heard that Tyler Henderson's playing in both the 11-man and the 8-man games. He's here in the game. He started the opening drive for Team Stars. They also have number 50, Will Parker, and number 55, Jacob Jeffers, playing here in the 8-man game for Team Stars with Coach Jason Bragg. They're all on one team, though. So I believe that these 3 guys are playing in this game, and then they will also play. I know everybody's playing in the 11-man game, and then one of the teams is actually coached by Coach Tim Smith from Evangel Christian. So a couple guys, deciding to get as much playing. Guys like Tyler Henderson, this is his last game. This is his last opportunity to play football at high school level. You might as well play 2 games if they'll let you play 2 games.
Might as well, especially since they're all longer with 15-minute quarters. There's now a 2-point conversion attempt. And still pushing through. Incredible stuff. Yogi Barker again. And make that 14-8. Just a 6-point game for Team Stripes. Team Stripes leads by 6 in the 2020 USFA All-American 8-man game. Another kickoff here. And received by Isaiah Moore. He's dangerous on the kickoff returns. Gets stopped by Nye Dowell. He's tripped up at the 25. And Team Stars goes back to work. We'll see what offensive strategy Coach Bragg can cook up here.
And, of course, Tyler Henderson coming back in the game. Coach Bragg has Henderson. He's got his son, Deuce Bragg, and then he's also got Aiden Hooper to choose between in terms of quarterbacks. So kind of rotating the quarterbacks. I don't know. I think three of the 4 ended up on his team because Gilbert's the only one taking snaps at quarterback. I think that's the only quarterback for Team Stripes, which is kind of a weird setup. But it is what it is.
Henderson scrambles, trying to avoid the sack. Brought down. Trying to get the number up here for the press box. It's number 6 for the Stripes.
For Team Stripes. Bring up the Team Stars, second down.
And toss up the left side. TJ Robbins carrying the ball to about the 30. We'll actually spot it at about the 28 for a 3rd down and 7.
And a great job. I mean, you back up to the play before with the sack. There's not many people who can bring down Tyler Henderson like that. He absolutely got manhandled, but a great job rebounding with a throw and a throw here.
Good catch across the middle. It's a reception left side, staying on his feet, trying to tiptoe the sideline and flag for some late hits there. And couldn't get the numbers. Number 1 for the Stars. Looked like it was Salstrom who, Salstrom from Franklin Classical.
Number 1 from Franklin Classical School, Josh Salstrom. It'll be a Team Stars.
A big play there. Of course, the penalty adding on for the late hit afterwards, so that puts the Stars inside of the red zone on the 18.
Great job by Salstrom just going up and getting that, and then the yards after catch. He's only a junior again.
And how about the only a freshman, Jordan Ahor, just getting his way into the end zone. Touchdown for Team Stars.
Touchdown, Team Stars. Ball is carried into the end zone by number 3, Horde.
Jordan Horde channeling his inner Yogi Barker on that run. Just a couple moves, making a man miss and punches it in.
And 2-point conversion attempt is in. Henderson bulldozes it in. 16-14. Close game here in Gatlinburg. 2:15 left to go in the first quarter. 16-14. Coach Bragg's Stars lead Coach Turner's Stripes by a 2-point conversion. As chipped up there and muffed the last second. It's a recovered onside kick. Will Parker from Evangel Christian looked like he fell on it, and it's a turn. It's going back the other way.
Kickoff is recovered by number 50 from Evangel Christian, Will Parker.
Will Parker with the incredible onside kick recovery.
And a great heads-up job there. Coach Bragg going with the gutsy call with the lead. Little onside kick there, little squib kick, and it actually came. Parker wasn't even really going to get it. It came off of a Team Stripes player, and then Parker was able to pounce on it. But a great heads-up job by the young man knowing how to do it. Coach Tim Smith has really got those guys football smart.
Bragg scrambles, brought down in the backfield by Alex Valbuena, the sophomore from Ezel Harding.
From Ezel Harding Christian, Alex Valbuena.
Valbuena, as the sophomore, I had the chance to interview him earlier in the year prior to the MTAC championship. Of course, Ezel Harding won the state championship, only lost by a 2-point conversion to Evangel in the national championship. But it's a surprise, of course, there's for different reasons than other. But Valbuena, out of the star-studded cast, essentially, for Ezel Harding, there's only one of them here.
Only a sophomore, and he's really, really showed up. He is very football smart and very serious about football.
Speaking of football, it gets loose, and the recovery isn't by the defense, waiting for the signal, and it's a turnover on downs.
Fumble is forced by number 9, Valbuena. Recovered by Team Stripes. It's a Team Stripes first down.
Valbuena with the recovery on this fumble and just pops out.
And if you watched, hit the replay one more time.
That's as close as we got.
Okay, so at the very beginning of the play, you saw him come one-on-one with the center. I didn't get to the number who was playing center for Team Stripes or Team Stars, but one-on-one and then just a spin move, and then he was a straight shot to Deuce Bragg and just completely ripped the ball out.
That's a big play for Team Stripes, especially with that onside kick recovery by the Stars. So now with great field positioning on the 45. Handoff up the middle. Luke Johnson, the senior from Wichita, can't get past the line of scrimmage for a 2nd and 10. About 70 seconds of winding down left in the first.
Well, and you know, Team Stars really catching Team Stripes off guard with the onside kick, get the recovery, and Team Stripes had to do something. And Valbuena just a little spark plug there, and then he turns around. Now he's playing center for the offense. This young man loves football, and he's obsessed with it.
A lot of time in the pocket and a deep toss to the right, and the catch is incomplete. It's intended there for Elisha Turner.
Intended for Turner. It'll be a Team Stripes third down.
Turner could have had the touchdown there, but again, weather playing a factor in the grip on the football.
Just a straight rocket from number 12, Will Day, a senior from the Wichita Warriors. Just absolutely launched it. And Turner was in a good position, just couldn't haul it in. Turner from Sunrise Christian. This young man, a lot of chemistry with only 2 days of practice.
Here's 3rd down and 10. Across the left, intercepted. Elias Davis, the junior from the Pack Panthers, gets the interception on the sideline.
Pass is intercepted by number 7 from the Pack Panthers, Elias Davis. It'll be a Team Stars first down.
And you can see that on the delivery here as well with the replay. Got the catch there. A little bit of a tussle with the intended receiver, Luke Johnson, but managed to just read that perfectly.
Great job by Davis, just reading the play, going in there, and fighting for the football. He could have just easily given up to Horde. Or correction, no. That was number
Luke Johnson.
Yeah, that was Johnson trying to get the catch. He just wouldn't give the ball up and comes away with it. So a couple turnovers, kickoffs.
A few different things. as Jordan Horde tries going up the middle, gain of about 1 yard.
Ball carried.
Ball carried by number 3, Horde. Up to the
And that'll be, even though the clock shows differently, that is the end of the first quarter after 15. Stars 16, Stripes 14. We'll be back for the 2020 USFA All-American game. We'll be back in just a few moments for the start of the second. Start of the second quarter for the 2020 USFA All-American 8-Man football game. Spencer Thompson and James Shannon proud to be live here from the Rocky Top Sports Complex in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It's been a shout out to James Shannon, of course, doing both PA and color commentary. This is the first time you've had to do it this year, but you handled it. It was the first time you had done PA and color commentary last year at the National Championship Tournament in Florida, but it's a pretty quick turnaround we had to come up here for this game.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit, but obviously honored and super excited to be up here watch these young men, not just from Tennessee or Alabama, but from all over the South, really perform on this stage.
As stretches out to try and get the first down, Will Day with the huge stretch. Or excuse me, not Will Day. That was Aiden Hooper. There's a flag down. Looked like a block in the back or holding called against the Stars. The Stars have just been ridden with penalties throughout the game. I think about 5 or 6 thus far as the elements start coming in.
Yeah, it's something you got to deal with when, most of these young men haven't played football in at least 2 months. At least 2 months. And then you come in and you got 2 practices and, trying to get on the same page. It happens.
And brought down in the backfield. Initial contact made by, I believe,
That's a sack by
not
number
Gleaton.
6 from the Panthers. Correction. It's a sack by number 6 for Team Stripes. It'll bring up a Team Stars 4th down.
Probably Zorn then. Punted away. The tackle credit on the last one looks like it was Zorn and picked up by Barker. How about Barker staying on his feet and trying to avoid the tackle there? It's down to about the 28-yard line.
Punt return by number 4 Barker down to the 27-yard line. I'll bring up a Team Stripes 1st down.
So most likely scenario for us, we're thinking Isaiah Zorn is number 6. It's the only player we didn't have a number for. About 13-17 left to go in the first half. First and 10 on the 27. Here's the ball is loose. How about a scoop up and rush? Scoop up and fumble recovery for the Stars. That's Clay Lott from Franklin Classical.
From Franklin Classical School, Clay Lott. That's a Team Stars first down.
Classical brought out their fan base. You might be able to hear in the press box, but fantastic move by Clay Lott there. Just a miscommunication on the handoff to Elias Davis, and now 1st and 10 for Team Stripes.
He's got 2 sacks so far. Okay. All right, cool. Appreciate it.
1st and 10 on the 46. Henderson, deep toss right side. How about Isaiah's brother, Josh Austin, headed to the end zone, a touchdown.
Complete. From number 19, Henderson, to the senior. From Franklin Classical School, number 56, Josh Austin. Touchdown, Team Stars.
And it's that kind of work you see here in the All-American game of why Austin is here today.
Well, that's back-to-back All-American games with a touchdown with Josh Austin. It's just a great job. He went up over his man and then completely boat raced him to the end zone. Not a chance of taking him down.
Henderson toss across the left, incomplete, intended for Isaiah Moore. 2-point conversion is no good. So it's now an 8-point game, 22 to 14 with 12:54 left to go in the first half. We'll see if Team Stripes can respond in the 2020 USFA All-American 8-man football game.
2 sacks so
Kickoff for Team Stars. Stripes receive. That's picked up by Nye Dowell from Southern Prep. How about jumping out of a tackle there? And down to about the 30-yard line, and it looks like we have an injury on the play. Looks like for Team Stripes, it's Braxton Cook from Southern Prep who's down on the ground. So
player down on the play. Players, please take a knee.
So we'll step aside for an injury timeout. Braxton Cook, good sign. He's back up on his feet and being taken over to the sideline. something going on with him. Hopefully everything's okay. And resume action here in the All-American game in just a few moments. It's never a sight you want to see, especially in an All-Star game. But, of course, the good news is it's a long off-season for Cook to recover in case it's anything serious.
Well, let me double check and make sure he's not a senior, because he might be a senior. And in that case, you got to feel bad for the young man,
Yep.
and you hope he can return and get back in the lineup.
So now 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line. After the kickoff return, see what team Stripes can do as Gilbert tosses it across the middle, catches incomplete, intended for Rice.
Pass from Gilbert, intended for number 7, Rice. It's incomplete. We'll bring it back 2nd down.
The purple helmets was here last year too.
That's Wichita.
No, I was about to tell you that. Wichita Warriors and the Warrior helmets are slow. How slow?
Now 2nd down and 10 as
And Braxton Cook, a sophomore, there for Southern Prep. So, young man still got some time in front of him.
got enough time to recover. Rush up the middle, gets maybe a gain of a yard, half a yard for 3rd down and 9.
To the 32-yard line. It'll be a team Stripes. 3rd down.
I don't like runs. None of them do much. And then they normally get stopped.
Stripes facing a 3rd down and 9 here. As quick toss to the left. It's to excuse me, to Yogi Barker. Stripped up for maybe another yard for 4th down. And we'll likely see the punt team come out for the Stripes.
It'll be a team Stripes 4th down.
Now a 4th down and 8.
Back to punt number 5 from Ezekiel Captain.
And fake punt. It's a punter keep by Garrett Jerkovsky, but turnover on downs, 31-yard line.
It'll be a turnover on downs. And a 1st down, Team Stars.
That might have been another fake punt, I remember my first game, y'all were there. Like against Tennessee Heat, and I ran that fake punt. And like I bounced off 2 people. That game was so lucky. I was so slow that game too, because I was getting back into football. But I ain't practiced that much all summer.
1st down on the 29-yard line. Team Stars trying to get another score. Bragg hands it off. Left side. There are several flags. Elijah Moore takes the rush. He's inside of the 10, but we do have some dirty laundry on the field.
Ball carried by number 13, Moore.
It's a holding call on the offense, so they will bring it back.
Called on the Stars. Will be a 10-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
And the holding might have busted him loose, but still a great run by, he's called E. Moore. But still a great run, to get to the sidelines, get some yardage. You hate to see that kind of a run get knocked back by a penalty, but still, if you commit the crime, you do the time.
So now another 1st down and 20 situation that Stars have faced all day. Deep toss, left side, incomplete through the hands of,
Pass from Gilbert.
it looked like it between the hands for Clay Humans.
That'll bring up
The sophomore from the Pack Panthers just can't pull it in. Make that now a second down and about 22. Bragg scrambles, finds an opening up the middle, slides, and he gets that's an immediate penalty, helmet to helmet contact. And just hoping Bragg's okay.
Just blue.
Right now the ref's microphone's on, thinking it's off, and they do move it forward for a automatic first down.
18 stripes. First down. Correction, team stars. First down.
First and 10 on the 21-yard line.
Move your chains, guys. Move your chains.
Now about second down and 2 after the penalty yardage gained back. Second and 2 on the 21-yard line. Second and 2. Bragg hands it off, and Elijah Moore just immediately met in the backfield and clenching his left knee. Looks like we got another injury here. Elijah Moore just immediately grabbed his left leg when he was down and being brought up, but have to be looked at by the coaching staff, hobbling back to the sideline. Third down and 6. Hand off to the left. That's Elias Davis. Gets to the outside, trying to push through. Spins his way inside of the pylon. Ruled just short.
Ball carried by number 7, Davis, down to the 1-yard line.
Ruled just short, but that's enough for a first and goal on the 1-yard line.
Yeah, but
It's close there.
his heel might have gotten there on right there on the sideline. Here's the replay. Yeah, his toe.
heel, yep.
Look,
Toe got right
look,
on the sideline
his
there.
toe. Watch right here
That's
down
a
by
good
the
call
one.
by the official.
Right
See, right
there,
there,
bam.
there's some white.
His toe was on there. That's a good spot. Great job of the official.
And rush up the middle, stopped again, Elias Davis. And back to about the line of scrimmage for second and goal.
It'll bring up a second down and goal.
Stars trying to run away with it here in the 2020 USFA All-American game. And rush on the left side again. Elias Davis stopped again for third and goal.
Ball once again carried by Davis. Once again stopped at the 1-yard line. Team stars, third down.
So now a 3rd and goal. Team Stars. It's the play coordinated, and Bragg hands it off again to Davis up the middle. They stop him short again. So on a 4th and goal, just inside of the 1-yard line.
Ball carried by number 7, Davis. To the 1.
Plenty of time left. The big question
It's
is,
4th down.
what do you do here? You're on a 4th and goal inside the 1-yard line, and timeout called. Timeout called by Team Stars, likely their last one of the half. And 8:15 left to go in the second. So now a 4th down and goal situation for Team Stars. Called their last timeout to think it over, and it's a direct snap left side. Austin tried stretching towards the goal line, and just short.
56. Austin. He is short. It's a turnover on down to the 1st down. Team Stripes.
So we'll see the replay here, and it's hard to tell from this angle if he's short or not, but looking like the stretch, it looks like he may have been just short.
I think it was a great call, great play call by Coach Bragg to kind of try to draw something up. But yeah, right there, boom. He's the official was right on the goal line. If you look at where the official is placed, see, there's the carry right on the goal line. He could clearly see if that ball across the plane, and it did not.
We've had 2 clutch moments already through this game where the officials made the right call in tough situations, and about 8:08 left to go in the first half. So now the Stripes face a 1st down on their own goal line, and a handoff up the middle, weaves through. Right side, Luke Johnson, the senior, staying on his feet till about the 15-yard line, gets him out of that hole, and 1st and 10 to move the chains.
Down to the 15-yard line. Will be a Team Stripes. 1st down.
Good hard run by Johnson there. You're going to see him come up the middle, then bounce to the outside. Absolutely find the space to get his team out of the hole. Literally a gain of 14, not just a 1st down, but quite a bit of breathing room too, because you don't want to stay inside the 5-yard line trying to get your offense going. Down a touchdown with 8 minutes to go before the half.
It's now 1st and 10 on the 15. Team Stripes, plenty of time to get another score here. Only down by 8. And with motion, shovel pass. There goes Luke Johnson again. Gets out of bounds. And a flag for a late hit called.
I got it. What? My man just give him a little bump.
And it's blocking the back called, or excuse me, a late hit called on the defense.
Late hit call on Team Stars. That'll bring up a Team Stripes. 1st down.
Now 1st and 10 on the 35. Hand off again. It's up the middle to Crutcher Ezel from Riverside Christian. First time we've called him today, the junior. Gets to the
Ball carried by number 8 from
about the
Riverside Christian Academy.
37-yard line for
Ezel.
2nd and 7.
Spotted at the 37-yard line. It'll be a team stripes. 2nd down.
Second and 7. Attempted pass option and incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. That'll bring up a team stripes. 3rd down.
Now a 3rd down and 7. Scramble, deep toss on the left side, intended for Johnson. The catch is made. Gets the better of his man, Grant Gleaton, and he's going all the way for another 6.
From number 14, Gilbert, to number 3, Johnson. That's a team stripes. Touchdown.
There was a voice crack, and it just veils down. I'm doing PA and play-by-play, so no, that was an absolute rocket from Gilbert. He's used to putting those kinds of throws up for his man Johnson. Great job hauling it in over the shoulder. Didn't try to get fancy with it. Just a simple haul it in, bam, gone.
Two-point conversion attempt. And this will tie the game if it was made. But 22-20 the score now. Stars still leading by a 2-point conversion. About 7:05 left to go in the 2020 USFA All-American 8-man football game. .05 left to go in the second. And deep reception on the kickoff return by Clay Lott. Flag in the backfield and tripped up at the 24. And we'll get the call from Scott Martin if he knows the microphone is on or off. Yeah, I'm thinking his microphone is thinking it's off now, but it's on. We'll get that fixed at halftime, but they move it back. They move it back from the end of the return, and that'll place it back on the 14-yard line. Handoff up middle to Moore. Immediately met by that defensive line. Is it Nye Dowell, one of the initial contactors, and it looks like Elijah Moore aggravated that left knee again. Coaching staff is going to have to look at him again. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but same injury that he came out for earlier in today's contest. Injury timeout. Elijah Moore taking over to the sideline again, and hopefully everything's okay with him as the Stars get a pass off left side. The catch is made. That's Grant Gleaton with the reception over to the 41-yard line, and another great reception.
It's a team stripes, first down. No, it's all. You got it. Appreciate it.
Now 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line, as the Stars trying to get another score, put this game away potentially. Closely knit, of course. Toss left side. The catch is made by T.J. Robbins. Gain of about 7-8 yards on the play for 2nd down.
Spotted at the 48-yard line. It'll be a Team Stars, 2nd down.
Now, of course, you see part of the factor that there's a decent amount of Lancaster Christian guys on this roster is, of course, Coach Bragg's here, but a lot of them were fantastic throughout the year as quarterback keep by Aiden Hooper manages to get over, tripped up at the last second, but manages to get the 1st down and more across midfield.
It'll be a Team Stars, first down.
But like I was saying, James, I mean, of course, partial factor in this, of course, with Coach Bragg being the head coach of one of the teams. There's more Lancaster guys than some other teams. But a big reason for that is that Lancaster Christian, even though they didn't make the MTAC championship, they had a good year statistic-wise.
Yeah, very good. And, he's pretty much got his offense out here. But, a lot of these young men very, very deserving to be here.
So Hooper gets a quick toss to the right, incomplete, intended for Gleaton.
Pass is incomplete, intended for Gleaton.
And
It'll be a Team Stars, 2nd down.
I'll bring up a 2nd and 10. But, there are a decent amount of players from MTAC, of course, on Bragg's team, keep some of that continuity because some people they've played against, especially, Aiden Hooper being on the team for Lighthouse, and some guys from Franklin Classical as well. So a lot of good continuity, and that chemistry is really shown here for the Stars thus far.
Yeah, they've done a great job being able to get on the same page and make some plays.
How about the same page there but for Gleaton? Big play across the middle. There is a flag down, and we'll get the replay on that.
Pass is incomplete. Flag on the play.
And, of course, they're going to call the flag. We'll get the call, and we'll show you the replay as he's calling it. But
They played each other in Florida.
this is what we have here.
Big hit over the middle by Barker. And the officials are going to discuss. It wasn't necessarily a dirty
We
hit,
have
I
an
think.
incomplete pass. We also have personal foul, blindside, defensive player, defense, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Okay, so we'll have a
It's a blindside block on a defense or hitting a defenseless player.
On Team Stripes, it'll be a 15-yard penalty. And a Team Stars, 1st down.
In that situation, you always have to make that call.
Yeah, but, a good job by the officials looking at it and realizing, what, it wasn't a dirty hit. It was a hit on a defensive player, but it's not a dirty hit. And so, therefore, you don't take the player out of the game, but you do have the 15-yard penalty.
Bill Turner having a discussion with Scott Martin about that. And just having a clarification discussion there. About 4:51 left to go in the first half as 1st and 10 on the 34. Hooper has got so much time. There is a flag down. Deep toss left side. Austin can't make the one-handed catch. We do have a penalty. Cross looks more towards the line of scrimmage.
Personal foul, tripping, 50, offense.
So that's
Called against Team Stars.
tripping. It's tripping called against Will Parker.
10-yard penalty, still a Team Stars, 1st down. How's it going? You with one of the teams? No, it's one of the officials for the next. I got you.
About a first down and 20. Handoff left side. There goes Davis. Elias Davis cutting the outside, avoiding tackles, gets inside of the red zone, down to about the 17-yard line.
Davis down to the 18-yard line. It'll bring up a team stars. First down.
And when Elias Davis gets the ball, at least throughout the afternoon, you know he's dangerous.
This is one of the hardest runners I have seen. This young man is just a down. I mean, it's literally a Derrick Henry type of run. I'm going to smash you in your mouth. Now, granted, he didn't punch it on 3 tries in the end zone, near the end zone. So we're not going to go that. We're not going to say he's Derrick Henry, but he's like Derrick Henry on some of these runs.
Hooper with the toss intended for Austin, incomplete. It's overthrown towards the end zone. And now second down inside the red zone.
I'll tell you, a great job by Coach Bragg so far here in the first quarter, or first half rather, having 3 quarterbacks and cycling them through all the drives, and all of them have been productive.
All of them with production. Horde has had some decent production in the game and gets to about the 21-yard line, but loss of 3 yards. Now that bumps him outside of the red zone. It's now a third down. One of the rarities throughout the season has been Horde getting tripped up in the backfield, of course, against a bunch of All-Americans. About 3:30 left to go in the first half as Hooper scrambles, deep toss left side. The catch is made, and T.J. Robbins in for the touchdown. The sophomore connection to the senior. The chemistry has been fantastic throughout the day, and it shows because another 6 points on the board
That
for the
was
Stars.
a money throw from the sophomore. This is his first year starting for Lighthouse, but all year was brilliant. He was one of the quarterbacks in the 2019 Chick-fil-A Extreme All-Star game, and just a on the money throw. And of course, T.J. Robbins, senior from Lancaster, just a dead-on target. Great job grabbing it, punching it in, giving his team even more of a cushion.
And a 2-point conversion attempt to make it a 10-point game. Hooper looking for his target. Tosses it across. It's T.J. Robbins again. Gets the catch in the end zone. A 10-point game. Touchdown, 10-point lead. Stars up over the Stripes. 3:17 left to go in the first half as another muff snap, and it's another onside kick recovery by the Stars. That's the second time they've pulled it off this game. Didn't see who muffed it. We'll see if we can get the replay on this on who recovered it.
Kickoff is recovered by Team Stars. At the 43-yard line, it'll be a first down.
Couldn't really see on the replay from this angle of who got the recovery, but
From Unity Christian, Caleb Thompson.
it's Caleb Thompson with the recovery. That's the second time the Stars have been able to pull that off.
Well, that was just a complete miscommunication by Team Stripes, just not getting on top of the ball.
So now another 1st and 10 for the Stars as Henderson scrambles, toss, Austin wide open on the left side. Can't get the stiff arm in, but can get inside the 10-yard line and trying to hurry up the offense and get it going. But Austin wide open.
Austin, it's a Team Stars first down.
Henderson and Austin, their second connection of the day, they've got something special. They've been working on something the last couple of days, or just having the no, what's the word? The intuition.
Henderson scrambles, stays on his feet, finally tripped up. Tripped up by Yogi Barker. And make that a 2nd and goal outside of the 10-yard line. That's the only way you're really going to stop Henderson is if you grip him by the legs.
Yeah, I mean, that's anybody, but at the same time, a big guy like that, it's so key to wrap him up to where he can't move, because we've seen, his ability to, somebody will try to top tackle him, and he still busts it loose. We've seen that over and over again.
Henderson pressured again, looking for his options, gets off the pass in the end zone, incomplete. Pass intended for Thompson. Intended for Caleb Thompson from Unity Christian. About 2:03 left to go in the first half. Henderson scrambles, avoids the tackles. Henderson trying to go towards the end zone, and touchdown.
Quarterback keeper by number 19, Henderson. It's a touchdown, Team Stars.
And again, you see right there, tried to go up top, just completely miffed on the guy down there, the goal line, just tried to shoulder tackle him. That's not going to work. You got to go down low, and no one was able to go down low. Great job reading the play, too. Wide open here on the left, just the one guy in the corner able to make him miss, and really extends Team Stars' lead.
Now a 16-point lead, chance to make it 18 if they make it here. Quick toss, no good.
Pass is incomplete.
1:56 left to go in the second. It's a 36-20 game. .156 left to go in the first half. And kicking it high up again as Team Stripes picks it up. There's Yogi Barker. Gets to about the 48-yard line.
Kickoff return by number 4, Barker, to the 47-yard line. It'll be a Team Stripes first down.
Spencer Thompson and James Shannon on call here from the Rocky Top Sports World in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Great game so far by these two teams. A lot of talented young men across the board. I mean, this is fun. There's no better way to spend your Saturday. The first Saturday in January, you watch some great football. Watch Tennessee win the other night, and Just some great
Potentially
football.
watch Tennessee win tonight.
Yeah, there you go. Go Titans.
Two
Tighten up.
Two Tennessees. Incomplete pass intended across the left side. It was intended for Peyton Patchell, the junior from Ezekiel Academy. Make that a 2nd and 10, but quick turnaround for us to get up here, and great game thus far.
Wrong one.
2nd and 10, pressure. Gilbert avoids the pressure, gets the pass completed to Isaiah Rice on the left side, making something of nothing, getting to the 34-yard line for a big first down.
Complete from number 14, Gilbert, to number 7, Rice. Down to the 34-yard line. It'll be a team stripes. First down.
And a great job just making, like you said, something out of nothing, finding Rice. Rice is an incredible playmaker. We've seen that so far today coming out of Harvester Christian. But a great job picking up the first down for his team. They could potentially put another score here on the board.
Stars trying to shave off the deficit as rush up the middle by Barker again. And this continues to run the clock down. 70 seconds left before the end of the first half.
And if I'm correct, Stars receive the opening kickoff. So that means if you can punch it in right here and score, you get the ball after halftime, you can tie it up with a touchdown drive coming out of the half, and you're right back in this ballgame.
There goes Yogi Barker again. Another rush as got about 37 seconds left, winding down.
It'll be another team stripes first down.
Stripes trying to get it going here on the 18-yard line inside the red zone as about 30 seconds left. 1st and 10, handoff up the middle. Another rush by Barker, and goes down to about 20 seconds, and they will call a timeout. 20 left.
Timeout, team stripes.
20 seconds left in the first half. Of course, it'll be an 8-minute halftime. Just a short one. 8-minute halftime, and then resumes play for the second half. Again, 15-minute quarters in both All-American games. The 11-man All-American game here on the same channel will be the first 11-man game broadcast on the 8-Man Extreme YouTube channel. As myself and James will be on call for that one right after the 8-man game.
I want to give a special shout out. Of course, we've called the name Isaiah Rice multiple times this afternoon, and a couple of these schools a little unfamiliar with. We're typically handle Middle Tennessee, Alabama, all over Tennessee and Alabama and Kentucky, but a little unfamiliar with. Hang on, I can put my windscreen back on. There we go. All right, a little unfamiliar with some of these teams, but Isaiah Rice from Harvester Christian, and they are out of Douglasville, Georgia.
Douglasville, Georgia, as toss to the right side. The catch is made. Is he going to get in for the touchdown? Just stopped short. That was a great reception by Elisha Turner. With 9 seconds left, of course, they stop it to spot the ball. You got to get a quick snap here and spike. And 7 ticks left, and they take it, trying to rush through, and they can't get into the end zone. That'll be the end of the first half. They can't punch it in. But, of course, the Stripes do get the second half kickoff. 36-20. Team Stars lead over Team Stripes. We'll be back in about 8 minutes for the second half of the 2020 USFA All-American 8-man football game. Welcome to the start of the second half for the 2020 USFA All-American 8-Man football game. Ball received for the start of the second half by the Stripes. Yogi Barker, staying on his feet, finally gets down to about the 40-yard line. Spencer Thompson and James Shannon on call for both games, for the 8-man and 11-man All-American games. And it's been a really interesting first half thus far, 36-20, the score for the Stars. Of course, the Stars led by Coach Jason Bragg and a majority of 8-man players from MTAC on his squad. Of course, several players from Unity Christian, the Pack Panthers, a couple from the Cornerstone Spartans, and, of course, a bunch of players from Evangel Christian. But it's been a really good, interesting first half thus far for this All-American game.
Yeah, a lot of talent and a great job by Team Stars getting out ahead. Field's looking a little tilted at this point, but this is a great opportunity for them to get back.
Now, a chance for the Stripes to make it back here is rushed by Luke Johnson. Gets stuffed behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 2 yards for 2nd and 12. Of course, the Stripes led by Bill Turner, the head coach for the Wichita Warriors this season. One of the teams who's had a great amount of success in 8-man football the last several years, and is trying to get things going for the Stripes.
Of course, everybody knows 8-man football, big in the Midwest. Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Nebraska, all the way up. But Kansas, a whole lot of good 8-man football. And Wichita, the Wichita Warriors is one of those teams, homeschool team.
As rush up the middle, weaving out through tackles is Crusher Ezel. Tried to get through and just a loss of a yard for 3rd down and 13. Ezel tried staying on his feet there, just nothing doing. One name we have yet to see the actual debut of in this All-American game is Riley Hall. We haven't quite seen him yet.
And I'm looking for Riley Hall, and then there's also Gage Holman, who's wearing number 13 for Team Stripes. Haven't seen him yet.
Incomplete pass, batted down by Lane Spurlock, sophomore from Lancaster Christian. Yeah, several players we haven't seen active yet for both sides, but sure they'll get some playing time going down the stretch here in the second half. Now 4th down and 13. If the trend continues, likely we're not going to see a punt here. And follow suit, deep toss, left side. How about that catch by Luke Johnson?
Pass is complete from Gilbert to Johnson. It's a Team Stripes. 1st down.
Just a great throw. I mean, that was, again, they did this earlier in the game, too. They had a throw right on the money, and they do it again. Just a lot of chemistry between these two. Having, been teammates all year, obviously. They kind of know where each other's going to be.
So now a 1st down just outside the red zone. And with motion here, say attempted handoff, more like the ball was loose, and waiting for a ruling. It is 2nd down and 13.
Fumble is recovered by Team Stripes. It will remain 2nd down.
Second and 14. Will Day gets the toss left, overthrows the intended target of Elisha Turner.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 1, Turner. Flag on play.
So with that called against, the Stars are going to move it up. Looks like it'll get the first down. Not the first down here. Move that up for about a 2nd and 1. So now inside the red zone, but not across the first down marker. Ball in the 13-yard line as movement there and a false start. Offsides on the defense.
And it'll bring up a team strikes. First and goal.
So now a first and goal on the 8-yard line. As handed up the middle, right side, Luke Johnson into the end zone for a touchdown.
3 from the Wichita Warriors, Luke Johnson. That's a team strikes. Touchdown.
Another 6 on the board for the Stripes.
And Will Day's done a great job on this drive. I did neglect to notice that he was the other quarterback on this roster. He's out of Wichita, from the Wichita Warriors. Gilbert from Regent Prep, but great job by Day. I believe he actually had the throw to Johnson, which they are on the same team. So the phrase I said earlier is correct. The quarterback and receiver were on good terms, had a good connection because they are teammates.
2-point conversion attempt, no good. Intended pass for Turner. 36-26. The Stars still lead by 10, but the Stripes managed to shave the gap in this All-American 8-man football game. Kickoff here as picked up at about the 15. Return attempt by Moore. Elijah Moore staying in bounds. Spotted at the 39-yard line.
It'll bring up a team stars. First down.
Excuse me, they spotted at the 40. And Team Stars going back to work to try and increase their lead back from, it's at 10 now, trying to increase it back to 16.
Yeah, I heard on that 2-point conversion, not being able to convert that and make it a touchdown in a 2-point game, but still very manageable right now and a ton of time left with these 15-minute quarters.
First and 10 on the 40. Henderson. Scrambled deep toss left side, overthrew Austin.
Pass from Henderson is incomplete, intended for Austin. That'll bring up a team stars. Second down.
Second down and 10 on the 40. Henderson under pressure, staying on his feet, manages to get some yards, but still pushing through. It's down to about the 46-yard line.
Quarterback keeper by Henderson down to the 46-yard line.
Henderson, left side, the catch is made by Austin. Gets the first down across midfield. Gets down to the 48-yard line.
That'll bring up a Team Stars first down.
Again, that connection, they couldn't make it on that long pass, but just a quick, short throw. Using Austin as they're using him as a slot here, but typically like a tight end. But a great job by him, just a quick, short throw. Henderson on the money, pick up the first down, keep the drive going.
And avoiding the tackle, Henderson again staying on his feet, stiff arms a defender, tries to stiff arm another, but is brought out of bounds at the spotted at the 39-yard line.
Down to the 39-yard line.
So about second down and 2.
Well, on that play, again, you saw Henderson. He made Valbuena miss, and then he made Yogi. He didn't just make Yogi Barker miss. He went beast mode stiff arm on Yogi Barker and put him on the ground. Great job by Henderson picking up that first down.
And another rush by Jordan Horde. About at the first down marker. They may move it forward. And that'll be a first down on the 38-yard line.
Stars first down.
That'll be a first down on the 38. Stars marching along across midfield. Henderson, deep toss across the left side. The catch is completed. TJ Robbins gets the first and goal on about the 1-yard line. TJ Robbins, a major reason why the Stars have been so successful on offense.
There's Riley Hall right there heading off the field. Looked like he was he's playing defensive line on that play, maybe a defensive end position, but a great job by Henderson finding Robbins. Robbins has been a very consistent target throughout this game. Someone that the Team Star quarterbacks can count on.
As the ball pops loose in the end zone, and I believe that's a touchback. It's recovered by the defense.
In the end zone by Team Stripes. It'll be a Team Stripes first down.
You see on the replay here, Stripes they lost the ball short of the goal line.
And it looks like Horde was the one trying to carry it in, just lost hold of it, and let's see who came up with it. See if we can tell.
Hard to tell.
Our camera guy's doing a terrible job of getting the good shots. I can't tell who got that.
You want me to zoom in all the way?
Yes.
No, not really. Just get. Of course, James Shannon, Spencer Thompson on the call. Shout out to Mr. Matt Bowden, handling the camera work today.
As the Stripes started after the touchback and lose about 1 or 2 yards for second down.
That'll bring up a Team Stripes second down.
Here's several flags down, but rushed by Braden Gilbert. Holding call on Stripes.
Still second down.
Back to the 8-yard line for second and 20. Toss left side, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete from Gilbert, intended for Barker. Bring up a Team Stripes third down.
Well, Spencer, you know what they say in Tennessee. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes and it'll change. That's what we're seeing right here. Pouring down rain, nasty weather during the national anthem. Now it's nice and sunny.
And Gilbert trying to stay on his feet. Is he brought down in the end zone, or they call him forward progress? They're calling him forward progress. Down at about the 1.5 yard line. Instead of 2 points, it's down to the 1 yard line. And you look here on the replay, and it looks like the forward progress, and then he backtracked.
Yeah, he was forward and then brought backward. So great job by the officials executing the call there. These officials, there's not many times that you could complain about what they've done today. Some very top-notch officials. Great job. I think some NFL officials could take some lessons from them.
As the ball loose in the end zone, Gilbert picks it back up and gets the toss over and tipped up last second, incomplete.
Pass. Gilbert intended for Barker is incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs and a Team Stars first and goal.
So Team Stars manages to get the force the turnover on downs, and now they're on the 2 yard line. Great position to score again.
Well, and a great job answering by Coach Bragg's team. You fumble in the end zone, you give up the touchback, and then your defense just completely steps up to the next level and stops the team and pushes it back to the 1.5 yard line. So now you have a first and goal, and we do have Barker, looks like, down on the field.
Yogi Barker, who's been a key member for the Stripes, fortunately down on the field. The coaches are looking at him. We'll take an injury timeout. Barker taking over to the sideline. As Bragg hands it off, ball pops loose, and rule turnover on downs.
Recovered by Team Stripes. It'll be a Team Stripes first down.
Another one of those close calls there. It's a turnover on downs, but as you can see by the replay here, it's very close to whether the ball popped out or not. That one's close.
That's 2 fumbles coughed up inside the 5 yard line, and you can't keep making offensive mistakes like that in the red zone.
That one's pretty close.
No, it was out.
Looked like his knee may have been down before he lost possession. Close one there.
Let's ask our camera guy. Camera guy, Matt. Was it a fumble? And he doesn't know.
So turnover on downs. Deep toss right side. The catch is made. Elisha Turner for the Stripes is going to take it all the way for a touchdown.
Pass is complete to number 1 from Sunrise Christian, Elisha Turner. It's a Team Stripes touchdown.
You know how hard that was to record. The window got in my way.
Just on the money. I'm trying to see who the quarterback was, but he had Isaiah Moore beat. Just completely outran him. Great job hauling it in over his shoulder and then taking it all the way to the house. Moore knew he had no chance of catching Turner on that one. Turner is quick, and we've seen little glimpses of it, but a great showing right there. And just like that, we got a ball game.
It's a 4-point game, and now it is a 2-point game as Will Day rushes into the end zone. 36-34 with 7:35 left to go in the third. It's a close game here in the 2020 USFA All-American 8-man football game. 7:35 left to go in the third. Kickoff for the Stripes.
Back to return for Team Stars, number 21, Lot.
Lot back to return it, and looks like this one is going to bounce all the way back to the end zone for touchback, not giving Clay Lott any chance to return it. And we'll see what Team Stars can do on offense here.
Down to the end zone for a touchback. At the Team Stars, first down.
And a timeout called by Team Stars, their first timeout of the half. About 7:35 left to go.
I want to give a special shout out to all 192 of you watching. We're happy to have you here on the channel. James Shannon, Spencer Tom said on the call. Listen, if you've got people who want to watch this game, we got an exciting rest of the game coming up. So make sure you tell everybody, share the link. Go ahead and subscribe while you're there. I mean, you're already here. You might as well do it. It's one click away. It's super simple. Hey, turn on the notification bell, too, if you want to. And follow us on social media. Complete shameless plug. Done.
That's how it be sometimes. 7:32 left to go in the third. Well, it's been kept a close game thus far, but the Stars have kept the lead for the majority of the game, as looks like some players are calling for the ball loose, and it's a turnover on downs.
By Team Stars, recovered by Team Stripes. It's a Team Stripes. First down.
Stripes got the recovery there and close to the end zone, too.
And Elijah Davis coughing that fumble up. That's 3 fumbles on 3 drives for Team Stars. They had a 16-point lead, and now they're only up by 2, and the Team Stripes has the ball at the 23-yard line. This is not the situation they wanted to be in, and especially, you know, just 10 minutes after, not even 10 minutes, go back to halftime. 8 minutes ago, they were in a much better position.
Had a higher lead going into the second half, but now facing this type of situation as the Stripes looking to take the lead for I believe the first time in this game. Deep toss across the middle and almost intercepted by Grant Gleaton. Pass intended for Barker. Second down just outside of the red zone on the 23-yard line. Pressure and a sack. Gilbert pressured.
By number 50 from Evangel Christian.
Will Parker with the sack. Will Parker, the junior for Evangel, he's got one more year of football in him, and those kind of skills are exactly why he is such a talented player for Evangel Christian.
He's definitely an asset. He's definitely an asset for Coach Smith, and a lot of good football left to be played.
About third down and more than 15. Gilbert across the middle. The catch is made. That's by Nye Dowdle. And they'll spot his forward progress for a first down. Spotted about the 21-yard line. They'll move it forward. Excuse me, is a fourth down. They got past the original 1st and 10 marker, but it's now 4th down and 8. It's not enough to get a new set of downs, but about 4th and 8 on the 21-yard line. Might see a shot towards the end zone here. As left side toss, the incredible catch made on the left side. It's Elisha Turner for the touchdown.
Team Stripes. Touchdown.
You called it, Spence. You said, hey, we're going to see a shot to the end zone. What did we get? A shot to the end zone. And Turner, not only he showed his speed on the last touchdown, but then he showed his hops up there, completely mossing the DB, hauling it in, and now Team Stripes has come back from down 16, and they're now up by 4. 2-point conversion will put them up by 6.
I believe the first time the Stripes have had the lead in today's contest, leading by 4, trying to get a lead by 6. 2-point conversions are likely going to decide this game. We've seen a missed on both sides. Handoff, Barker into the end zone. 42-36, 5:35 left to go in the third.
Your score. Team Stripes 42.
.535 left to go in the third. It's a 42-36 score. The Stripes take the lead for the first time. It's a return here by Isaiah Moore. Flags thrown and down at the 25-yard line. Getting our referee Scott Martin on call today. He's going to talk it over with the rest of his crew. We'll get the call. Block in the back called on the return team.
We're going to go from
Scott Martin with umpire Mike Manis, line judge Keith Turner, head linesman Brandon Howies, and the back judge Dale Iverson. All five-man crew today for both of these All-American games, both the 8 and 11-man games. As Henderson airs it out on the right side. How about that catch? Great reception by Bailey Moeller from Unity Christian all the way for a touchdown. And Team Stars, just like that, is back on top.
To Moeller, number 5 from Unity Christian. It's a Team Stars touchdown.
He has a messed up hand too. Look. He has a thing on his hand. His right hand. He caught it with 3 fingers of his hands. Dude, I got stuck here. Do you have the list?
2-point conversion attempt by Henderson. Scrambles. Henderson lies with his opponent, but not enough to get into the end zone. 5 yards short. 42-36. 6-point game here as the, 42 to both.
Team Stars 42.
Tied evenly at 42. It's an intense ball game. Another attempted onside kick, this time unsuccessful. Team Stars, so the Stripes will go back to work.
Kickoff return to the 48-yard line. That'll bring up a Team Stripes. First down. Somebody legit commented, is the All-American Bowl. I'm with the
Team Stripes, a 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line in their own territory as the Stars tried doing the and lost in the backfield. So muff snap there, recovered by Will Day.
12 Day. That'll bring up a Team Stripes second down.
About 2nd down and 20.
About 150. I mean, it's not the fanciest. Yeah. It wasn't the fanciest.
Toss across the middle. The catch is made. It's by Dowdle with the reception. Excuse me, that's Mark Reed with the reception from Harvester Christian.
31 from Harvester Christian, Mark Reed. It's a Team Stripes. First down.
Make that now a 3rd down and 4. About 4 minutes left to go in the 3rd.
You know why? Because they took the
Now 3rd down and 4.
Did you ever find out who your competition was for special teams?
Toss right side. Almost an interception, but somehow Crutcher Rizal makes the catch at about the 39-yard line. Excuse me, the 42.
Pass is complete to number 8, Ezel.
And another 1st down as the Stripes march into Stars territory.
My only problem with it is, I mean, you see the person, obviously there was one person who made these picks. Yeah. Like, who made the awards. And then he should have walked it. So, it's like, well, how much weight is his board carry? So tell him
On 1st and 10.
has a booth set up. Can you text me that?
To the 37, 38-yard line for a gain of about 4 yards for 2nd and 6. The clock continues to wind down here in the 3rd quarter.
Was that a run? Ball carried to the 38-yard line. They'll bring up a Team Stripes, second down.
Brought your tongue down there.
2nd and 6, toss across. How about that catch by Elisha Turner? Tumbling and short of the end zone at the 3-yard line.
Inside the
Turner,
5.
incredible
It's a
moves.
Team Stripes, first and goal.
Just an incredible connection between Day and Turner. 2 guys from Kansas, one from Wichita. And just absolutely new. I mean, we're seeing some great throws and catches between quarterbacks and receivers that have never played with each other. They might have faced each other, but they have never played on the same team. And just the chemistry that is going on as the game progresses, it's incredible.
So now a 1st and goal on the 3-yard line. Handoff intended up the middle. It looks like it was a rush by Crutcher Rizal, but gets stuffed by the defensive line. Lost about a yard.
To the 4-yard line, it'll bring up a Team Stripes, second down.
Make that now a Second and goal, 1:35 left to go in the third. Handoff up the middle and touchdown. Rush by Luke Johnson for another 6, and the Stripes take the lead.
Utah Warriors, Luke Johnson, a team stripes, touchdown.
It's at USFA Recruitment.
Oh gosh, I tell you what, he's one of the most dependable guys I've got, just all the time.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt to make it an 8-point game.
JV games or something. I'll call him and say, hey, I need a partner. Most of them are at Seymour. He just lives off Chapman Highway, so he's like, yeah.
And tripped up in the backfield. 2-point conversion is no good. 48-42, the Stripes lead over the Stars with 1:11 left to go in the third quarter. The 2020 USFA All-American 8-man football game.
Stars, 42.
.11 left to go in the third. Kicked off, backfield, Clay Lott picks it up and slips. Rolled down at the 25-yard line.
Kickoff returned by number 21 Lott to the 25-yard line. It'll bring up a Team Stars first down.
Let's make that now. So it looks like the clock is down to 43 seconds now. And 43 in the third as Stars try to march it down the field. Bragg with the handoff. Teammate Horde.
Ball carried by number 3 Horde. Loss of yardage on the play. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line. It'll bring up a Team Stars second down.
It's a good part of town for Curtis Jackson.
The Stars now playing into the sun. Probably the last play of the third quarter as Bragg airs it out left side, overthrows his target of Isaiah Moore.
Pass from Bragg intended for Moore as a
And 2 seconds left, so one more play in the third.
Stars third down.
Time expires. Catch made by Horde on the right side. Horde weaving through down to about the 28-yard line, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. 48-42, the Stripes lead over the Stars, heading into the fourth of the 2020 USFA All-American 8-man football game. 15 minutes remain in the 2020 USFA All-American 8-Man football game, and Team Stripes, led by Coach Bill Turner of the Wichita Warriors, leads by 6 over the Coach Jason Bragg from Lancaster Christian Academy led Team Stars. And 4 seconds shaved off of that incomplete pass and turnover on downs. It's now a 1st and 10 for Team Stars.
Turnover on downs. It'll bring up
Excuse me, it's Team Stripes on the first down. Team Stars forced to turn it over on downs.
Team Stripes, first down.
So now the Stripes on the 28-yard line in Stars territory. And toss across the middle. It's intercepted. Picked off by Elias Davis from the Pack Panthers, and he's still going. Davis goes almost all the way inside the 10-yard line to the 6. Just incredible stuff.
Return to the 6-yard line. It'll be a Team Stars first and goal. Great job by Davis stepping in front of that pass and just absolutely snagging it, and just speed. I mean, I think he could, if he was a little quicker, that's a touchdown. But a great job by Team Stripes getting back, stopping the touchdown, and possibly having a chance to hold them here. I mean, even if they don't, you know, there's still the potential to be tied. Or if they get 2-point conversion, you're still only down by 2.
Back-to-back turnover plays. One of those forced turnover on downs, the other an interception. As Horde tries to go, Jordan Horde trying to go up the middle, handoff from Hooper, and make that a 2nd and goal.
6-yard line. It'll bring up a Team Stars 2nd and goal.
Perfect opportunity for the Stars to get touchdown here. Potential chance to take the lead by a 2-point conversion. Here's Hooper, right side, toss, end zone. Austin for the touchdown.
Pass is complete from number 12, Hooper, to number 56, Austin. It's a Team Stars touchdown. That was just, Hooper's made 2 of these throws so far today, just rolling. This one with his body, kind of across his body, but still, you know, wasn't completely back the other way. But Austin, a great job in the back of the end zone to get open, snag it, and tie it up. Now 2-point conversion coming up. This is a big one.
Both teams have missed a number of 2-point conversions throughout the game, which is why we are where we are now. And with only 59 seconds shaved off of the 4th quarter, 2-point conversion is no good. We have a tie ball game here.
Pass attempt from Hooper is incomplete.
Tied at 48, 14:01 left to go in the game.
Your score, Team Stars.
It only took 59 seconds in this quarter to result in a score, and attempted slight squib kick there is picked up by the Stripes Crutcher Ezel, and it's spotted back at the 41-yard line.
Kickoff return by number 8, Ezel.
Just a reminder, the first 11-man football game to be broadcast by 8-Man Extreme will be on our YouTube channel here. Kickoff is changed to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 1:30 p.m. Central Time for the 11-man USFA All-American game. So be sure to stay tuned for that.
How about a shout out to all 220 of you watching the game? I think the national championship in Florida was the highest we've ever gotten. I think we were hovering around 280, 290. We're already at 220, Spencer. Hey, let's top 3. All right, let's top it. Let's do it. Y'all share this.
And rush up the middle. And looks like that is Luke Johnson.
Down to the 43-yard line.
Gain of about 2-3 yards in the play. Second down. It's a little bit of a gain there, and just continues to wind down the clock. The scramble, toss across the middle, incomplete. Pass intended to Ezel.
Pass from Dave intended for Ezel is incomplete. Bring up a stripes. Third down.
Scramble, deep toss across the right side. The catch is intercepted. Big interception by the Stars. It's picked off. Caleb Thompson from Unity Christian gets the pick. He had that touchdown earlier and gets an interception.
Number 9 from Unity Christian, Caleb Thompson. It's a Team Stars first down.
Couldn't have a turnover at a better time.
Well, and again, just Day underthrew his receiver, and Thompson was right there. He was in the perfect position, just grabbed it and took off. So now Henderson's turn to come out and play quarterback. Good. Coach Bragg has done a good job rotating his 3 quarterbacks and letting them alternate drives. They've all been fairly successful with good throws. A couple of them have had some bad drives, but all very successful.
So now with about 12:54 left to go, Henderson goes to the right for the pass. Almost completed. Went through the hands of Robbins. Of course, Coach Jason Bragg brought all of his coaching staff from Lancaster Christian, and Bill Turner brought his staff from the Wichita Warriors. Both teams had fairly good success in the last 2 years in 8-man football, and trying to continue that high level going into the 2020 season. A lot of months until then, but a lot of great things to look forward to. The catch is made. Devin Hargrove gets the reception and goes across 50 to the 41-yard line. Great catch by Hargrove and another first down for the Stars.
Yeah, and Henderson, before he made that throw, a great job stepping up in the pocket, shedding the defenders that were closing in on him, and giving himself some space to be able to make that throw.
And there's a rush up the left side. And ball looked like it almost popped loose, but ruled down by contact. That was a rush by Jordan Horde.
Ball is carried by Horde to the 37-yard line. Correction, 35-yard line. That'll bring up a Team Stars second down.
Second down and 5 here as, of course, it's tied at 48. Stars trying to get a touchdown here to take the lead. And also, smart move by trying to run down the clock and get less time here. Henderson, deep toss, right side. It is caught. Reception made. He's going to get down to the 5-yard line. TJ Robbins with the great reception.
Down to the 5-yard line, and it'll bring up a Team Stars first down. And again, Henderson and Robbins, they've got a connection they've been able to make all day. A couple great throws between them. That was another one. Robbins just went right up over his man, snagged it. Good stuff.
Henderson makes it. He's going to take the quarterback keep, but the defense read right through it. Brought down by Dowdle, and
Brought down at the 10-yard line.
Dowdle one of the initiating contacts there.
Second down. Oh, hey. Hey guys. Hey, let me call you back in a few minutes. All right, love you.
11 minutes left to go in the game as Henderson scrambles. Gets tripped up in the backfield. Trip up by T.J. Yogi Barker tripping him up.
Henderson brought down in the backfield by number 4, Barker. That'll bring up 18 stars. Third down.
It brings up what I said earlier. One of the only ways you're going to stop Henderson is if you actually trip him up by the feet.
Yeah, Henderson's done a great job of being active all day. But Barker, a great job penetrating there, tripping him up, and slowing the drive down. I mean, it's now third. You had a huge completion, and it's now third down. And you actually lost yardage on the last 2 plays.
Here's Henderson, toss right side intended for Robbins. The catch is made, touchdown.
Pass complete from Henderson to Robbins. It's a Team Stars touchdown. An abundance of riches. I mean, look at this throw from Henderson. Robbins, second time on this drive, completely mosses his man. Goes up, snags the football, and the Stars regain the lead for the first time since it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Chance to make it an 8-point game. Here's a 2-pointer. Toss in. 2-point conversion made. Grant Gleaton. 56-48. Stars lead the Stripes with about just over 10 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up, student athlete.
.06 left to go in the USFA All-American 8-man football game as Barker takes the return to the 47-yard line. We've seen some great returns throughout the game on kickoffs, and no kickoff returns for a touchdown at this point.
Team Stripes. First down.
I believe we've maybe seen 1 or 2 returns go across the 50-yard line.
For the 11-man football game, kickoff time has been moved to 2:30 Eastern Time, 1:30 Central Time. Make sure you let everyone back home know that as well, since they can catch that football game on the 8-Man Extreme YouTube channel.
First and 10 for the Stripes. Across the middle, just a rush attempt by Gilbert. A gain of about 4 or 5 yards.
Down to the 49-yard line. It'll bring up a Team Stripes, second down.
Final minutes ticking down on this All-American 8-man football game.
Oh, God. Was you at that game? Oh, did he try to keep doing it?
Gilbert scrambles. He's under pressure. Gets a pass intended, but incomplete, intended for Dowdle.
Pass from Gilbert intended for Dowdle is incomplete. That'll bring up a team stripes. Third down.
On a 3rd down and 5. It's tough situation for the Stripes to get through here. And flags thrown.
Flag on play. Offsides called against Team Stars. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down, Team Stripes.
Third down and 1. Handoff up the middle again. Barker just stuffed by that defensive line for a loss. The Stars defense.
4th down.
Stars defense has gotten the message of the game plan, of course, and Barker just not able to get anything.
The press box has asked you to notice that your mic is on.
So 4th down and 2. Stripes have to get a 1st down here. Sneak up the middle, and they get past the chains. It's 1st down. Gilbert keeping it.
Quarterback keeper by Gilbert. Down to the 42-yard line. It's enough for a Team Stripes. 1st down.
And that extends the drive, and the this is also good strategy by the Stripes here because they got the 1st down here, and they're just eating up clock.
Yeah, you have to. You do not want to give Team Stars a whole lot of time to work with. You need to put the pressure on them. Ideally, you would score on this drive, but you definitely need to eat up as much clock as you can.
Eating clock certainly helps, but we've seen what Tyler Henderson can do in clutch situations. It's 1st and 10. Catch made. Dowdle. 40-yard line. Gain of about 3 yards.
Number 21 Dowdle to the 40-yard line. That'll bring up a Team Stripes. 2nd down.
So now shaved down enough time off the clock, about 7:45 and winding down, left to go in this All-American game. And deep toss on the right side, broken up.
Pass from Gilbert.
Make that now 3rd down and 7.
That'll bring up a Team Stripes. 3rd down.
Gilbert scrambles, deep toss right side, incomplete, overthrew Dowdle.
Pass from Gilbert intended for Dowdle is incomplete. Bring up a Team Stripes. 4th down.
It's now a 4th down and 7 situation for Stripes. And
Timeout. Team Stripes.
timeout called by the Stripes. 7:26 left to go in the game. 7:25. And a 4th down situation here for the Stripes, trying to get past. They have 7 yards to go. Gilbert, left side, toss, incomplete. It's turnover on downs.
Pass from Gilbert intended for Barker.
The Stars will take over, and
Turnover on downs. And
situation
Stars,
where
first down.
tough situation for the Stripes as they want to put the faith into their
Taking
defense.
the awards from the USFA.
Of course, James Shannon doubling as PA announcer and color commentator here,
Lancaster
He's
Christian
handling, announcing the
Academy.
awards for
Mr. Jordan
the
Ward.
USFA.
He's a Harding Christian School, Kadarius Price. National Quarterback of the Year from the Wichita Warriors, Mr. Will Day. Underclassman of the Year from Lancaster Christian, Deuce Bragg. Defensive Player of the Year from Franklin Classical School, Josh Austin.
Bragg on a 1st and 10. It's tripped up in the backfield for a loss of about a yard. 2nd down.
Ball is spotted at the 40-yard line. That'll bring up a Team Stars, 2nd down.
Back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Bragg across the middle. The catch is made. Reception by Caleb Thompson. And the officials confer it's ruled a catch.
Thompson. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. It'll bring up a Team Stars, 3rd down.
So 3rd down and 3. Bragg under pressure. Toss incomplete, intended for Isaiah Moore.
Pass from Bragg to Moore is incomplete. That will bring up a Team Stars, 4th down.
Now 4th down and 3. Good defensive stand is what the Stripes need. It's Bragg, toss it across the middle. The catch is made. Isaiah Moore goes across for a 1st down on the 36-yard line.
Complete from Bragg to Moore to the 36-yard line. Correction to 39-yard line, and it'll bring up a Team Stars, 1st down.
First down on the 39-yard line. New set of downs, swatted by the defensive lineman. Good move by Cameron Day.
Pass is incomplete, defensive by number 33 from the Wichita Warriors, Cameron Day.
Really. About that's for good because of football. Yeah.
2nd and 10.
When are they going to go to?
Bragg deep toss intended for Austin, incomplete.
Pass from Bragg intended for Austin is incomplete. That'll bring up a Team Stars, 3rd down.
I guess they're Division II.
Are we still a game out? Or we've got, we're 2:30.
56-48. The Stars lead over the Stripes. On the 39-yard line on a 3rd and 10 as the Stripes need a defensive stop here to try and tie up the game. Bragg, toss, Austin. Brought down at the 35-yard line. Now a 3rd down and 5.
Brought down to the 35-yard line. Correction, the 34-yard line.
4th and 5 as Bragg toss on the right side, incomplete, so it will be a turnover on downs. It's exactly what the Stripes needed. What may be their last offensive stand of the game.
First down.
So about 4:45 left to go.
Your announcements to me. Your offensive player of the year from Evangel Christian School, Tyler Henderson. And your national player of the year from Regent Prep, Braden Gilbert.
.445 left to go in the game. The Stripes on their last offensive drive, likely of the game. Deep toss left side, incomplete. Looks like the pass was intended for Johnson.
Johnson is incomplete. That will bring up a team strike, second down.
Second and 10 on the 34-yard line. Pressure toss left side, incomplete through the hands of Elisha Turner.
Pass from Day intended for Turner is incomplete. That'll bring up a team strikes, third down.
About 4:35 left to go as the Stripes down by 8. Tough situation for him here.
For the USFA 11-man All-American game, please note that kickoff has been moved to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure everyone back home knows that, and make sure they know as well that they can catch the game on the 8-Man Extreme YouTube channel. And make sure they subscribe while you're there.
Third down and 10. As timeout is called.
Timeout. Blue.
Timeout. Team strikes.
Timeout called by the Stripes. 4:35 left to go in the game. 56-48. Just under 5 minutes left to go in the 2020 USFA All-American 8-Man football game. Spencer Thompson and James Shannon on call for this. Elisha Turner gets the catch across the middle to the 35-yard line. Incredible reception and exactly what the Stripes needed.
Another great connection. There we go. Another great connection from Day to Turner. Turner, just here in the second half, you can make the argument that he could be an MVP of the game if they were handing out that kind of award.
Definitely a candidate for it. Now first down on the 35-yard line inside Stars territory. About 4 minutes left to go as Gilbert gets the pass off to Turner. Turner trying to avoid the tackle. He does. Turner staying on his feet. Can he get past the last man? Gets all the way inside of the 10-yard line to the 7.
Complete from Day to Turner. Out of bounds at the 8-yard line. But it's a team strikes. First and goal.
Make that a 1st and goal and a chance for the Stripes to get a score here and tie it up with a 2-point conversion.
I mean, what do you want me to say? Turner, another play. Day, another throw on the money. I mean, it's the Coach Turner from Wichita. He found what works. He's sticking with it, and that's what you got to do in a situation like this.
1st and goal. Right side, pass, end zone, untouched. Luke Johnson for the touchdown.
It's a Team Stripes touchdown.
A 2-pointer away from tying it up.
And I'll tell you something else that Team Stripes did on this drive. They did a great job eating that clock up. I mean, now you're sitting with just under 4 minutes when you got the ball with 10 minutes left. Just a great job, taking away and eating away at it. And now you've put the pressure back on Team Stars, even though the score's tied. Unless you don't get this 2-point conversion. Christian, it's not tied. You got to get this 2-point conversion right here. This is massive.
Comes down to a 2-pointer, or if they can get a turnover on the kickoff here, it's going to be a close one. Two-point conversion attempt. Can Barker get through? He loses the football in the end zone. It's ruled no good.
2-point conversion attempt is no good.
3:42 left to go in the game. It's 56-54, the Stars leading.
54.
.342 left in regulation. The Stripes likely to try an onside kick here. Down by 2. And onside kick goes to the 50. Loose, and who's got the ball? Waiting for the ruling. And it looks like the Stars got it.
Kickoff recovered by the Team Stars. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
So now the Stars running down the clock is their big story here. Try and just run it down and not give the Stripes any chance to get back down.
You've got to just run this out, let it go. Team Stripes has Garrett Jurakovsky on their team. He's made a good percentage of his field goals, and he can hit from about 30-35.
As left side Stars, Aiden Hooper takes the rush. Gain of maybe a yard. Rush for maybe a yard or two. 2nd down.
Correction, they'll keep it at the 45. 2nd down.
That's what you see not just in All-American games like this, but you see this all across high school football. It usually comes down to 2-point conversions or field goals, and that's been costly because both of these teams have missed several 2-point conversions that could lead them either by a touchdown, 8 points, or even more so with the stripes, they could be
Yeah,
tied here.
those 2 points are so important, but you can't. They're not always automatic. They're not automatic. You have to work for them as well.
2nd and 10. Hooper scrambles, tosses it, and incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. That'll bring up a team stars, 3rd down.
So, in a 3rd down situation here, I know he was trying to trick play there and it just ended up being an incomplete pass. But wouldn't you rather take the sack as Hooper to rush down the clock? Trying to go in the football mind of James Shannon here.
No, you don't want to take the sack because it's. Well, I mean, you got to remember on the same hand too. He's a sophomore. This is his first year as a starting quarterback. So, if you had Henderson making that decision, I'd say, well, he maybe should think about that a little bit more.
Red.
Timeout called.
Timeout, team stars.
Timeout called by the Stars. 2:43 left to go in the game as Stars trying to think it over on 3rd and 10. .243 left to go in regulation as 3rd and 10 here for the Stars. Trying to get the 1st down and just rush out the clock as Hooper gets the pass off and incomplete.
Pass from Hooper.
Bunch of players from the Stripes surrounding. Looked like the pass was intended for T.J. Robbins.
Intended for Rice. No, correction. Intended for Robbins is incomplete. Bring up a team stars. 4th down.
Now with about 2:34, that's also the question. That's also the question here. You're on a 4th down and 10. You're trying to run down the clock, James. So what do you do in this situation?
Well, at this point, you just burn as much time as even if it's going to be a turnover on downs, you burn as much time as you can. That's all you can do.
Can't remember how many timeouts the Stripes have, but however many they have, they're going to have to use them very well. And one of the few punts we've seen today, that's punted away by Clay Humans, the sophomore from the Pack Panthers. Ball bounces to the 19-yard line, and the Stripes will go to work. This will officially be their last drive.
1st and 10, team Stripes. The USFA Coach Awards are as follows. Your Offensive Coordinator of the Year, Hagen Joyner from Evangel Christian. Defensive Coordinator of the Year is split, Mr. Brandon Reddick from the Wichita Warriors and Coach Hunter Bowden from Ezekiel Christian. Your Quarterback Coach of the Year is Mr. Cameron Gilbert from Regent Prep. Your Special Team Coach of the Year is Isaiah Austin from Franklin Classical. And your National Coach of the Year from Ezel Harding Christian School, Coach Dustin McGee.
.225 left to go in regulation. First and 10. Stripes trying to make a comeback here. Brought down in the backfield.
Quarterback is sacked.
It's a sack by Robert Mann of the Pack Panthers.
77 from the Pack Panthers, Robert Mann.
And with that, no timeouts called. 2 minutes left to go. I'm winding down here on the mountain.
Second down.
Loss of about 5-6 yards. Here's second down. Catch is made by Yogi Barker. Barker going to the right side. Gets back to the original line again for a 3rd down and 10.
Number 4 Barker down to the 20-yard line.
And time is running out with 90 seconds left and trying to march down the field. They've got to go. And it looks like Yogi Barker is injured. He's down on the sideline.
That's probably just some cramps. I mean, he has been a beast all day, and you know, it's a long game to play 4 15-minute quarters.
3rd down and 9. Deep toss right side intended for Turner. Oh, my gracious! Turner to the end zone! Touchdown, Stripes!
From Dane to Turner. It's a Team Stripes touchdown. All second half, everyone knew who the hottest skill player on the field was, other than maybe T.J. Robbins. It was Elisha Turner. 3rd down, where do they go? Elisha Turner beats his man, sprints 60 yards down the field into the end zone. Team Stripes, 2-point conversion here. You can put you're up by 6 at that point, and you force Team Stars to convert the 2-point conversion to win it.
And with 57 seconds left, of course the Stars, a lot of their members from Evangel Christian as time called. Timeout called by Stripes. 57 seconds left.
Team Stripes.
57 seconds left in the game. A 2-point conversion attempt. This can decide if it potentially goes to overtime or not. Toss, right side, untouched. 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion attempt. Is
Now 62 to 56.
Johnson, your score, Team Stripes 62, Team Stars 56.
Now, of course, you look at it's 57 seconds left, James. We've seen these types of situations before with several players on the Stars team, especially because most of the players who are on this team with Evangel Christian, they've been in clutch situations like this before where they have to score quick and score fast.
Well, guys like players from Evangel, from Lancaster, these guys, they know what it takes. Pack Panthers even. They know what it takes, and they're ready to go. They're ready to make something happen, and they have to make it happen. Make it happen quick. Now, the key here is how fast can you score? Because or how much time can you burn off the clock and still score? Because if you could score 10 seconds left, then all of a sudden and get the 2-point, now you're up by 2. Now the pressure goes right back on Stripes to try to get in field goal range for Jerkovsky. This is a fascinating end to this game. This is how a game like this should end.
Haven't we had an all-star game or two that's ended like that?
Just a couple. Just a couple.
You're still waiting for the overtime all-star game, though.
I am. We got close this year.
Very close. We got close you mean last year. We got close in 2019. And Isaiah Moore is going to take the return. Seymour will take it to about the 13-yard line, shaves off about 7 seconds. So 50 seconds to work with. We'll see if Tyler Henderson can lead the offense of Team Stars. See if he can lead them to potentially an overtime game or winning it.
First down.
I'd be interested to see the stat line of how many game-winning drives Tyler Henderson has had on the year.
And, of course, Henderson would happen to be in the rotation to be the quarterback for this drive. I believe that's how it naturally progressed.
1st and 10 on the 14-yard line is where it starts out with 50 seconds left. Henderson, quick pass intended for Austin, makes the diving catch, gets up. It's ruled incomplete. Ruled incomplete on the 22. Takes off 4 seconds. Henderson scrambles, looks for the pass across the left side, incomplete, intended for Austin. Take that down to 39 seconds with a 3rd and 10.
Pass from Henderson intended for Austin is incomplete. Gonna bring up a Team Stars, 3rd down.
Third and 10. Henderson scrambles, looking for the pass, trying to find it. Deep right side, holding off on one another, incomplete. There is a flag.
Pass is incomplete. From Henderson.
We get the call from Scott Martin.
Pass interference, 31 defense, 15-yard penalty.
It's called on Mark Reed. That moves it up. And 28 seconds.
Ball will be spotted at the 24-yard line, correction, 29-yard line. It'll be a Team Stars, 1st down.
28 seconds, ball 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line. Henderson, deep toss left intended for Austin. The catch is made! Staying on the sideline, down to the 35-yard line with 20 seconds to go.
From Henderson to Austin. It'll move the chains. It's a Team Stars, 1st down.
Another good connection. Henderson has had it with Robbins. He's had it with Austin. Bam, he got it.
It's one of those right on the money throws, too,
Right
by
on
Henderson.
the money, too.
Right there, incredible. 20 seconds left. As Henderson pushed it down the field inside the 40. Henderson's got time. He's going to take the rush himself down to the 20. He's got to get out of bounds. Gets down to about the 16. Stops it at 11 seconds. Inside the red zone at about the 15.
That's another Team Stars,
11 seconds for them to score, maybe 2 plays.
I mean, Henderson, a great job reading the defense on that play and saying, you know what, I'm going to call my own number. And he's not the fastest quarterback I have ever seen by any stretch of the imagination, but he is a hard runner and very determined. Great job getting out of bounds, stopping the clock.
11 seconds. Henderson trying to get it to the end zone. Scrambles, 8 seconds. Scrambles again, toss to the end zone. Attempts the catch. Incomplete. Couldn't get it in, but 3 seconds left on the game clock.
intended for Robbins is incomplete. Gonna bring up a Team Stars, 2nd down. And this may be the last play of the game.
Timeout for Team Stars.
Timeout, Team Stars.
3 seconds left on the clock. James, time to put on the coaching cap. What do you do in this situation?
I didn't bring the coaching cap with me. No, I'm just kidding. All right, listen. You have your playmaker. You have your your offensive player of the year, Tyler Henderson. Guess what? He's getting the ball and he's getting the decision. If he wants to keep it and punch it in from 15 out, let him try it. But give him some options. Give him some throwing options. You've got Isaiah Moore. You've got Robbins. You've got guys you can make the throws to. Just use your weapons and use them wisely. You've got Grant Gleaton from Pack Panthers who can make some stuff happen.
Comes down to this. Touchdown to tie it. 2-point conversion wins the game. And they will say it again?
I think we've been in this situation before. Or Tyler Henderson has at least.
Yeah, he has.
This situation seems very familiar.
Henderson's in his element. 3 seconds left in the All-American 8-man game. Henderson, muff snap, picks it up, can't get the ball again. Henderson staying on his feet as the time expires. The Stripes
Snap is fumbled, recovered by Henderson.
That's the end of the 2020 USFA 8-man All-American game. Final score.
62-56. The final, the Stripes.
56, ladies and gentlemen.
The Stripes down at 16. Down 16 at the half. They come back and win it by 6. That'll end it. We're going to go live at 2:30 for the All-American 11-man game here at 2:30 Eastern. So in about 30 minutes from now, we will be live for the second game for today here on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching the All-American 8-man football game for the USFA. Be sure to catch the 11-man game in about 30 minutes.